Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So I'm not one to use things like trigger warnings on my videos, but I will say the topics we're going to go over today are pretty grim to say the least, and I think once we look at the main article we're going to talk about, within seconds before we get into the details, it'll become very obvious the kind of direction this is all going to go. So if that stuff is going to bother you and make you upset, I would suggest clicking off this video once you see it. But nonetheless, I saw something on Twitter that honestly makes my blood boil, and it should make your blood boil as well, and it's definitely worthy of a conversation. So this article has been spread all throughout Twitter. It has 12 million views on the tweet reporting it. It says, drunk dental receptionist who groped and told a 13-year-old boy, I'm going to you, till morning, spared jail. Now, there's so many things about this that make me angry. I mean, number one, the subject matter is beyond disturbing, but also the public reaction to this story has been beyond disappointing, okay? The vile stuff people are saying in response to this, it makes you just beyond angry. And we're gonna look at that soon, but even the article itself, just the way it's presented, pisses me off. Because just like any other article that's posted onto Twitter where there is a female abuser involved, they use the most flattering picture of her they can find, which of course is their attempt to clickbait people into talking about the story. And it also attracts a very disturbing crop of men out there. And those people are the kind who look at this situation where a 27-year-old was being inappropriate with a 13-year-old, and they say things like, God, I wish that was me when I was younger. And that is beyond messed up. That is glorifying an act of pedophilia. And that's wrong. And it doesn't make a difference that it's a woman involved with a boy as a victim. It makes absolutely no difference. It's still pedophilia, and it's wrong. But nonetheless, you see the title here, she's being spared jail time. Now you're probably wondering, how is that possible? Well, let's look at the details of this article. Basically, she approached this child when she was drunk, groped him, and did other things. Like, obviously, she's guilty. It's over. She got convicted. And the thing that makes it worse is this line down here where she says, or the article says, the 13-year-old boy who has ADHD said he was so traumatized by the encounter that he tried to take his own life. Now, people have used this line to not only mock the child, but also excuse the actions of the woman in this situation. It is so messed up. But going on, as you will see, she was sentenced to 12 months in jail, suspended for 18 months. Now, let me explain how this works. Basically, if she doesn't commit a crime or violate the terms of her suspended sentence over the next 18 months, she doesn't go to jail. That's it. It's done. Now, she's on a sex offender registry, rightfully, but she will not face jail time if she behaves over the next 18 months. If she does do something wrong, she'll receive that 12-month sentence. But like I said, good behavior, she avoids jail entirely for this situation, which should make you very angry. How does this happen? Who knows? But as I stated earlier in this video, the reactions to this tweet are beyond disappointing, especially from a lot of men in the comments, quotes, and replies, saying basically things along the lines of, I wish this was me when I was a child, and there's nothing more disturbing and disappointing than that. But let's look at a few of these. So this individual saying, come on, F the ADHD kid, that kid is effing gay. Man, that kid is a homosexual. Yes, shaming a 13-year-old victim of abuse is apparently normal behavior on Twitter. And also, again, posting a highly edited photo of her to glorify this whole situation. Well, unfortunately for you, this is what she actually looks like without the filters. Okay, so you got a little bit of catfish there. This is what she actually looks like. So I wonder if this changes how you view this situation, but I guess it doesn't really matter. You're clearly a very disturbed person. Here's another one saying, what I would have given for this to happen to me when I was 13. I mean, these people, honestly, it's sad. It's sad that they have this mindset. This one in particular, she's so real for that, saying that this is a good thing that this happened. And I made the mistake, or I guess maybe at least in terms of reporting or anything like that, maybe it wasn't a mistake, but I clicked on this person's profile, and my God, I have no words. I'm not even going to read these quotes of things that they've retweeted because they are genuinely some of the most disgusting paragraphs I've ever read in my life. And it just, these are generally alarming statements. And we live in a realm on social media where people have a whole coalition to go after people over stupid things like anime. But then we have people like this getting hundreds of likes and interactions on their posts, and nobody, the usual aunties and people like that, they don't care about people like this. And I guess it's because it's a lot harder to deal with genuinely disturbing things like this than it is to deal with stuff like anime. But yeah, this needs to go. This needs to get out of here right now. This is unacceptable. This is alarming behavior and alarming statements. But moving on, we have some more replies. This individual saying, this is a mixed bag for me. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not a mixed bag. How is this a mixed bag? Like, I'm going to stop you already. They go on and say, what she did was pretty effing bad. Yeah, it was very bad, actually, and should be punished. I don't know about a sex offender registry because I have mixed feelings about that in general, but maybe appropriate. No, it's absolutely 100% warranted that she's on a sex offender registry. Are you kidding me? A 27-year-old and a 13-year-old? Let me just expose your hypocrisy really quick here. If it was a 27-year-old man and a 13-year-old girl, how would you feel? Would you feel that they don't deserve to be on the sex offender registry? Would you have a mixed bag reaction to this? No, you wouldn't, because you treat those things differently when they're not. They're both acts of pedophilia. It's as simple as that. Here's another person saying this is what a world without bullying leads to, where they're quoting or highlighting the quote where the boy said that they try to take their own life after this situation happened. And of course, they have to justify because people are coming after them. So they say he's 13, not 8, as if that makes any difference. If he's traumatized by this incident, he needs to toughen up. His father and society have failed him. When I was in middle school, four older kids stomped on my face and put me in the hospital. If before that happened, someone had said, hey, how about instead some drunk chick does this to you? I would have really have gone a different decision, which one I would prefer to have. Like, it's just blah, 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 dude. How about this? How about no kids get abused? How about no kids get beaten up by older people? How about no kids get sexually assaulted by older women? How about none of this stuff happens? This idea you have to toughen up. That's so vile. It's beyond gross. This person saying, congratulations to this young alpha male. And a lot of people would search accounts like this and keyword search terms like this. And I don't know the context of any of this, but clearly they're accusing other people of being groomers and things like that. And yet you are glorifying a 13-year-old being abused. You're not just a hypocrite. You're really just an evil person at this point. Here's another one saying, when I was 16, I slept with a 40-year-old. She was super hot. Best time ever. You were abused. That was abuse. They took advantage of you. And I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm not even angry. I'm just, like, I feel sad for someone like this who will justify this situation based on something bad that happened to them in the past. Moving on, here's another person saying, anyone have a number for this dental office? I have something I need pulled. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, that's hilarious. And then this person would quote one of this user's former tweets where they're saying directly, if you're an adult and you have intercourse with a 14-year-old and that would make you a pedo. Well, how is this scenario any different? In fact, this child's even younger. So again, massive hypocrite and a weirdo for trying to glorify this situation. And you see this, like, do I even have to explain how disturbing this is? Here's another person saying, not debating if what she did was good or bad. I simply want to ask, what changed in society for kids now to have this reaction, whereas something like this to happen was my dream of many boomer through millennial aged boys. You know, it's not even about what sort of thoughts that the child has, because that's not relevant. They can't consent. They don't know what's best for themselves and their own safety. That's why we have things like laws in place to protect them. And the fact that you would justify this because it's some sort of a thought you had as a child doesn't change anything. It doesn't make it right. I don't know how I have to explain this to full-grown adults that this behavior is not right. But moving on, this was the last thing I want to look at. Someone made a poll, right? So the question is, adult woman abusing minors is A, just as bad as adult men abusing minors, B, not as bad as adult men abusing minors. And 11% of people chose option B. I mean, there's really nothing else to say. Like, I'm moving on. There's a lot more than that, and you get the point. This reaction to this situation on many different levels is disturbing, and I appreciate you guys listening. I wanted to talk about this today because honestly, it's just been making my blood boil for the past couple of days. And yeah, please share all of your thoughts about the topics of today's video in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.